Once upon a time, nestled in the highest branches of a very tall leafy tree in the sun-dappled whispering woods, lived a tiny little bird named Pip. Pip was no ordinary bird. He had a secret, a wonderful, bubbling, chirping secret right inside his feathery chest. He loved to sing. When he was all alone, perhaps perched on a twig with no one else around, Pip would let out the most beautiful melodies. His songs were bright and bubbly like a spring stream, sometimes soft and gentle like a summer breeze, and sometimes strong and clear like a morning bell. He practiced his trills and his chirps, his whistles and his warbles, until his little heart felt full of music. But here was Pip's secret problem. He was incredibly shy. When other birds were around, especially the big, confident robins with their loud, clear calls, or the jolly sparrows who sang in chattering groups, Pip would freeze, his little throat would tighten, and his beautiful song would get stuck, a tiny whisper instead of a joyful burst. Oh, if only I could sing like them, he'd sigh, watching a cardinal puff out his chest and fill the air with his bright song. Pip felt his own song was too small, too quiet, not important enough for the big, wide world. So, he mostly kept his music to himself, hidden deep inside. One breezy afternoon, Pip was practicing a particularly lovely tune, a bouncy little melody that made his tail feathers wiggle. He was so caught up in his song that he didn't notice a wise old owl named Professor Hoot land silently on a branch nearby. Professor Hoot listened, his big eyes blinking thoughtfully. When Pip finished, he quickly looked around, embarrassed. "Oh, Professor Hoot, I didn't see you there," he chirped, feeling his cheeks flush under his feathers. "Indeed, little Pip," Professor Hoot hooted softly. And what a delightful song that was. "Why do I not hear it more often?" Pip shuffled his feet. "Oh, it's not grand like the cardinals, or cheerful like the sparrows. It's just me." Professor Hoot ruffled his own feathers. "Pip," he said gently, "do you think a tiny dewdrop is less beautiful than a mighty waterfall? Or a single daisy less lovely than a field of sunflowers?" Pip thought about it. "No, they're just different." "Exactly," hooted Professor Hoot. "And so it is with your song. Every sound adds to the symphony of the forest. The rustle of the leaves, the buzzing of the bees, the plink of a raindrop, and yes, the sweet, unique song of a small bird named Pip. Your song is your song. No one else can sing it quite like you do. And when you keep it inside, the world misses out on a little bit of joy, a little bit of beauty that only you can bring." Pip looked down at his tiny claws. Professor Hoot's words were like warm sunshine melting the shyness in his heart. He thought about how happy his own secret songs made him feel. What if they could make others feel happy too? The very next morning, Pip took a deep breath. He saw a few squirrels scampering below, and a robin perched on another branch. He felt a wobble of shyness, but then he remembered Professor Hoot's words. He puffed out his chest, just a little, and opened his beak. He started with a quiet chirp, then added a gentle whistle. It wasn't loud, but it was clear and sweet. The robin paused, listening. The squirrels tilted their heads. Pip felt a tiny bit of fear, but mostly he felt a wonderful, bubbling joy as his song floated out into the morning air. He sang his own special song, full of trills and warbles, just the way he loved to sing it. From that day on, Pip still sang his grand, secret songs when he was alone, but he also started sharing them, little by little. He learned that even a tiny song sung with a full heart can add so much joy to the world. And he understood that expressing himself, sharing his unique voice, wasn't about being the loudest or the grandest, but about being truly, wonderfully himself. And that was the most beautiful song of all.